Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another accountability live stream. Good morning. At least good morning here from Manila in the Philippines. Good evening to all of you out in the West. Excuse me. I'll be honest. I'm very tired this morning. I do not want to be here. I would rather be in bed. I literally got up maybe 20 minutes before preparing for this live stream and realized there's still a lot to do. It's been a very busy weekend. I am at my new place. I am officially moved in here, and I've just been purchasing things that I need here, trying to get everything unpacked. It's still quite a mess around here. Like, I bought a ladder this weekend. I can't really. Okay. We'll have to do a tour some other day. Anyway, yesterday excuse me. Yesterday I slept all day. I've been so tired. I took like a 2.5-hour nap. I went to bed early last night. So at least I'm catching up on my sleep. But it's been a pretty busy weekend, productive, but I'm also very behind on just my work overall. You ever get in that mode where you're just pushing things off because you have 8 million things to do and you don't know which thing you want to do first, and then it causes you to even do less? Not to say that I had coaching calls yesterday, I have coaching calls today, I'm doing the live stream, I'm still trying to do what I need to do, but we'll talk about that in a second. Today's topic is redefining weight loss goals, and that's what I'm going to do today. But before I begin, just want to say hi to people here in chat. Deja, Stephanie, Takia, Jesse J, 143, Andrew, Stephanie, Noah Choke. Welcome. Nice to have you here today. And actually, maybe what I'll do, even before I talk about me, is to talk about all of you and see how all of you are doing. Deja says here, weight has stabilized around 155 to 156. We at goal, Deja? Or are we redefining goals here? But Deja says, had the random opportunity to go out a couple times this weekend. So had a 20% weekend. So it looks like you got to enjoy yourself. It looks like that's exactly what you said. It was super fun. I enjoyed myself, and my size 2 pants still fit. One of the things that I like to tell people is, and for anybody who's wondering what a 20% day is, a 20% day is a day where you treat yourself. You have a little more to eat than you normally do, but it only happens 20% of the time. And it looks like Deja was able to do that. But what I like to tell people is, even after days like that, what's really important is what happens after. Are you able to pick yourself back up? Not that you've fallen in any type of way, but are you able to get back on track and do what you need to do? Thank you for sharing with us, Deja. Deja's continuing on here. Chinese food, boba, vodka shamrock shake. A vodka shamrock shake. I mean, I would rather have like Bailey's in it than a vodka shamrock shake, but that's interesting. Banana bread, coffee, mac and cheeseburger. It was a good weekend of food, and I don't feel guilty. Have the same moderated fasting plan for this week. And see, that's what I mean, is you can enjoy yourself. What really matters is what happens after, how you're able to get back on track, hit your timer, and go again. And speaking of hitting your timer, Stephanie says, I started my fasting timer. I'm ready for a 60-hour fast. And I love that for you. You and I think we're on very similar goals here. I just got a donation from Chacha. Actually, I shouldn't be, sometimes I forget saying names straight out here, but I just got a donation, and I can't show it here. And actually, you know what, just FYI, for people who want to maybe donate occasionally, I think there's a way to donate. I just have to find that link and it'll show up on screen. so that this can, but I'll just read this donation, and just so to say a very big thank you. Uh, for a housewarming slash apartment warming with a $25 donation. Thank you so much. I didn't mean to say your name out here. I didn't know if you wanted me to say that. So I appreciate the $25 donation. Thank you so much. I just got a Cash App. And I forgot that I've even put that out, and that was years ago. So thank you for the donation. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That was very unexpected. So I'm guessing you're watching. So thank you. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for watching. Andrew says here, I wrapped up a 12-day fast on Friday. 12 days. Congrats to you, Andrew. Went to a friend's house Saturday night for a party, rolled into another long fast afterwards, currently in quote unquote craving burritos stage or craving burritos mode, but committed to the plan. I haven't had a burrito in a minute. I don't even know what Mexican food is like here in the Philippines. I know there are some taco spots here, but I have yet to try it. I haven't been craving a burrito in a minute though, but as you say that, it sounds pretty good. Anyway, Andrew, congrats on your 12-day fast. So now that you're getting back on another prolonged fast, how long are we going for here? Is it going to be another lengthy one, a shorter one? Let me know. Just kind of curious what the next plan is for you. Savage Dad, how's it going? Nice to see you. North Dakota, nice to see you as well. Or Lance, welcome, welcome. Lemon Drop Cake says, yay, new place. Can relate to the utter exhaustion from moving in the past though. It's been a lot of moving if you think about it. Back in, was it July? Back in July of 2025, I had made the decision to move to the Philippines, and then I had to move out of my apartment, and I moved out of my apartment, I think at the end of August, I believe. And then I was temporarily staying elsewhere from August all the way until I moved here in November. So I moved out in August, and then I moved out again in November to the Philippines. And then I moved into my new place, and then I moved out of that place, and we're in March right now. And now I'm at a place that I will be in indefinitely. This is where I'm going to be staying for a while. Don't mind the mess here. There's just a lot of, that's like all kitchen stuff at the moment, like towels and my induction cooker and whatnot. I also have a ladder there. I ended up buying a ladder over the weekend because I had to replace a light bulb. Just to get proper lighting in here. Anyway, you can imagine walking through Manila with a ladder and it's as dense as it is here. I was just trying to make sure I didn't hit anyone with my ladder. Anyway, thank you, Lemon Drop Cake. Thank you for selflessly being here for us, but we also want you to rest and stay healthy. And I am. And, you know, I know sometimes throughout I'm so tired, I don't want to be here, but I'm just being honest. I mean, there are days when I just am not feeling it, but I appreciate the support as always. So thank you, Lemon Drop Cake. North Dakota says, I didn't go through with my fast last week. I had issues with glucose dropping lower than expected, dizzy, lightheaded, so I didn't fast any more than OMAD all last week. And I appreciate you sharing this. And for anybody who's watching this as well, this is listening to your body. This is listening to your cues. And if it isn't time to do a prolonged fast, it isn't time to do a prolonged fast, especially when it's something like your glucose dropping. So North Dakota does OMAD. And there's a lot of worth in doing OMAD as well. When people start to say, but I want to do a longer fast. Listen, if you can't do a longer fast, then it's time to work on the diet part. It's time to work on your other weight loss levers as well. Hopefully you're feeling better, North Dakota. I don't know what you do to regulate that, but if anyone's interested, maybe share with us. I mean, I'm interested as well. So I'm sure I'll be reading it after this live stream. So hopefully you're doing good. Hopefully you're doing better. I mean, and maybe even if you want, share your successes with us just doing OMAD. I know it's an important thing as well. Hey, Slack, how's it going? Melly Mel, nice to see you as well. Stephanie says, to be honest, today was supposed to be day 2 of my 60-hour fast, but I ended up making it a 38-hour fast. I don't feel guilty. A full day fast is a win. It absolutely is a win. And I appreciate the honesty. And this is what I'm talking about. Just because you set forth a 60-hour goal, for anybody who's setting forth a long goal and they don't get through it initially, it doesn't mean that they still can't hit their timer. It doesn't mean that they still can't show up and be accountable. So for Stephanie to even say, hey, I was planning on doing a 60, but it didn't end up being one. Instead, it ended up being a 38, which is still a win. And what ends up happening after that is you hit your timer and you go again, and you go again, and you go again, regardless of what that number is. There's no shame. There's no guilt. Sorry, I'm looking at my phone because I'm also expecting. One second, everyone. I just had a client message me. Asking for help, and I just want to make sure I can contact. If any of you have ever coached with me, there are a lot of people that I talk to, depending on the person. And sometimes when people struggle, and this goes to anyone in here right now. If any of you are ever struggling, if any of you ever need a conversation, please feel free to reach out. If I have time to talk to you, I will be happy to talk to you, even if it's just for 5 minutes, just to like get your head straight on stuff. I offer that to people because I think it's really important that we're here for each other. I'm not going to get into details of specific things, but I understand the difficulty of this. And even in moments like this, right? Like even when I'm saying I really don't want to be here right now, I know the importance of community. And that's why it's important that we're all here together. We share what's going on, because I think it's a really good way to put that community together, to let you know you're not alone on your journey. So I just say this as you're watching this. If any of you are ever struggling, if any of you ever just need something extra, you can always reach out to me. As long as I have time, I'm happy to help out where I can. But anyway, like I said, with Stephanie, right? Like regardless of initially pushing a 60 and not being able to get to it, you know you can still hit a timer. You know you can still control the way you eat. You know you can put exercise in where you need to, and you get to move on with your life. Because I had this conversation with somebody yesterday on a coaching call, and I was explaining to them that regardless of an overeating day or a day where we do things where we feel awful about it, what matters is what happens after. Because 3 days after that, a week after that, a month after that, you're not even thinking about it anymore. That day has gone and passed. We are able to move on with our lives because that is what we need to do. That is honestly what we need to do. Regardless of the struggle, we will move on and we will continue. So anyway, I know sometimes I get a little off tangent there. Hi, Kevin. Nice to see you. Hello, fasting fam. I'm down a pound this week. I'm 21 hours into an 83-hour fast. I'm going to try eating on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Congrats to you, Kevin. I'm being 21 hours in. Thank you for sharing with us where your goals are at currently now. It's nice to see you. It's nice to hear from you. So let me know how that goes, eating Wednesdays and Saturdays. Is that the goal moving forward, twice a week? Let me know. Keep me posted. I like that. I like that. Thank you for sharing. Let me move down. Okay, so I'm okay saying cha-cha. I just wanted to make sure. I didn't want to just put names out there. So you're still around, and I appreciate you. And you know what? I know you're still around because I see you update the spreadsheet. And I know I say this, if anyone's here and anyone I've coached with before, don't think I don't see when people update the spreadsheets, because it is something that I look at. This is how involved I am with people I work with and how important it is for me. And I'm not saying you have to use a spreadsheet. I'm not saying that, right? But I do like to pop in. I do like to see how people are doing, because obviously I care. I genuinely want people to find their goals, be happy and healthy with their lives. And I think it's really important. So anyway, Chacha, thank you again for the $25 donation. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Thank you. Kevin says, I had a big refeed on Saturday, and if I eat the same way on Wednesday, I'm not going to see much success. So my goal is to keep Wednesday's refeed under 2,000 calories. Kevin, this is such a great thing to put out here, or timing wise, because I am in the same situation right now. And I did see your comment the one day when I was asking you a question, and I know you were a little behind and you had commented. I'm in the same place as you, Kevin. You and I, we relate in many ways because for me, my refeeds are very hard. In fact, I haven't had time to go over how many calories I ate on Saturday, but I will go over that in a second. So, good luck to you, Kevin. Let me know how the refeed goes on Wednesday. And maybe what's important too, and this is something I'm trying to tell myself, is even if it isn't 2000, even if it goes over, it doesn't mean then I went over, so now it's time to just eat anything because who cares, right? We can still try to put some control in where we can. So keep me posted, Kevin. I, you know, Kevin has been around for a while and has shared doing 155-hour fasts. And to see you say something like 83 to me sounds like, hey, you want to try something different. You want to see if you can work on your dieting lever. So as I say this to you, I'm trying to say the same thing. And, the challenge is out there. It's like, show me or show us. Do the best that you can do, whether you're successful or not. It's something you put into practice. It's something you will get better with over time. So keep me posted. Savage Dad says here, I'm going to start a new fasting plan next week, not on Monday, but Tuesday, because like I tell people, we don't start on Mondays, but I understand. I plan on doing a 72-hour fast until Friday. OMAD keeps my weight stable, so OMAD for the other days. So, and again, this is another flexible plan here. A flexible fasting plan where it's not 72 every time. You can throw in a 72 every now and then, but on other days, you work on OMADs. You work on your diet lever. You work on your exercise lever, right? You're always playing different things out here and seeing what works. North Dakota says, body is getting used to not having infections. Had abscess tooth, self-draining abscess, tooth abscess equals higher glucose. I see. Body needs to stabilize with a normal glucose. Glucose average 85 to 95 now. I'm glad to hear you're back on a normal glucose number. So keep me posted, North Dakota. Thank you for sharing with us. Hi, Cap Rising. How's it going? Hey, Jerome and everyone. I was watching the... Yeah, Mount Mayon has been erupting, and it has been for some time. And it's really interesting because when I was on vacation last week, that's where I was at. I was in that area with Mount Mayon. That volcano is amazing. It's like breathtaking, especially coming from Chicago, where there is nothing but flatlands around. It is a beautiful sight to see. But anyway, yes, that's the area that I was at when I was on vacation last week, I believe. Was it last week? Somewhere around there. Anyway, so I wanna take some time and I wanna talk about how I want to redefine my weight loss goals. And maybe the best way I can talk about this is to talk about how there's been a lot happening with me lately. When I moved to Manila, when I came here, I was 135 pounds. I had gotten to my lowest weight in over 2 years, maybe longer than that. I can't remember what I said back then. But I got down to 135 pounds by doing ADF, by eating every other day, fasting every other day. I guess what I'm trying to say is I got to my lowest weight ever in over 2 years by not by fasting long, but by fasting less, by controlling how I ate. And that was a really big goal for me. That was a really big achievement for me because that's not something that I typically do. I have been known to lose weight by doing longer fasts. And there's nothing wrong with that either. But I also know that in a lot of ways, I do longer fasts because it helps offset my really big refeeds. And I know that while that works, it probably also is not the most ideal thing to do. I also know it probably isn't the most beneficial for me in terms of retaining muscle or gaining muscle by eating 7,000 calories one day and then fasting for 3 days the next. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with doing that. I know even through my DEXA scans, I know that I've been able to retain muscle and lose body fat But I also know that as I get leaner, the closer I get to my goal weight, the harder it is to keep things where they need to be. Now, again, I don't know what that's going to look like. But I also know that when I have 7,000 calorie days, it's not me eating 7,000 calories of chicken breast, broccoli, potatoes, rice, fish, whole foods, right? Eventually what ends up happening is I eat a bunch of processed foods and then things kind of get out of whack. But when I got to my lowest weight back before I moved to Manila, I was around 135. And then I moved here and I was meeting family and we were going out and I was trying new foods. And then all of a sudden my weight pushed up to around 145. So since then, since I've been here in Manila, I've been around 145 pounds. That's about the average I've been. I would say anywhere between like 143 to 148, somewhere in that 5-pound range. That's like been my average. And I've been playing around with that number. I've been okay with it. Short fasts here, long fasts there, some back-to-back eating days, and then I go on vacation and then the weight pushes up again. And then I find myself now in the high 140s, in the low 150s. So I've been pushing longer fasts to help offset that. And I find myself back down again to 145. So to kind of just share how those numbers have swung, just to give you an idea of what the last couple of days have been like for me. On the 7th of March, before I went on vacation, I was 143.6. And then I ate 9 days in a row. That weight pushed up to 155.4, nearly a 12-pound gain after those 9 days. Was I worried about it? No, not so much. I know that I was on vacation, I was enjoying myself, and I knew that I would eventually put myself on a longer fast to get that weight down. I was able to do that. I did a 64-hour and 52-minute fast, dropped down to 147, and then I ate a very clean refeed. Even though it was 4,900 calories, it was relatively clean. I put up weight at 149.6, and then I pushed on another fast. I forgot to put the number of fasting time here, but I have it up here on my screen. So if you see here on March 21, where I dropped down to 144.6, I finished a 68-hour and 51-minute fast, so nearly a 69-hour fast. I think you all saw that on my last YouTube short that I put out, or Instagram reel, what have you. And you can see here, the number is now pushing itself down. After pushing up all that weight from vacation, after the first 65-hour fast, 147. After the following 65-hour fast, 144.6. But you will see, on the 22nd of March, which was 2 days ago, or which wasn't 2 days ago. That was yesterday for me. Yesterday morning, when I weighed in at 152.8. Every time I put on more than 8 pounds in a day, my scale app tells me, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Yep." So I put on 8.2 pounds after a 10.5-hour refeed. So what's the difference, right? I don't know exactly how many calories I ate, but I know it's probably more than 4,900. I also know that everything I ate that day was a lot more than what I typically ate. If you saw on Patreon yesterday, I posted what my late night refeed went, where I went to, it's called Mang Inasal. And it's literally, inasal is like a specific way chicken is cooked. And I don't have the video in front of me. I wonder if I can add it on here just for people who maybe missed it. I'm guessing most of you saw it, but let me see if I can find it just to share it with you all here, if I can find it. Yeah, there it is. Wait, that's not it. I thought it was. Where did I put it? Bear with me, people. Chat. Bear with me, chat. You know, it's funny saying chat because I know that's what streamers say, but it is appropriate. Bear with me, chat. Just give me a second, chat. Let me see here. So, what did I, is this it? I think this is it. It is. So I went to Mang Inasal on Saturday night, and you'll see here the chicken, a pork barbecue skewer. Um, you'll see the green here and the red. That's calamansi, which is like a citrus. It's kind of a juice, and there's red chilies, and you mix that with toyo, which is soy sauce. You can mix it with suka, which is vinegar, and then you probably can't. If you look at the top right of the screen here, there's this orange bottle. The black bottle next to it is toyo, that's soy sauce. But this right bottle, the bottle on the right, the top right there, it's chicken oil. And you pour that on the rice, and you eat all of this together with the chicken breast and the rice, and it's so good. It's so good. Um, I also know that chicken oil probably is not the healthiest, but here's the thing, right? I had two of those chicken breasts. I ate the pork barbecue skewer. When you go to Mang Inasal, there is a guy holding a bucket like this, right? It's a bucket, and he has a scooper, and it's literally hot white rice. And you get unli. Here, they don't say all you can eat. They say unli for unlimited. You get unli rice. And he's literally walking around with a big bucket. And anytime you need more rice, he scoops it, puts rice on your plate, puts rice on your plate, puts rice on your plate. I had 4 things of rice that day with all of the chicken. And anyway, that refeed, that was the last meal I had that day. But I still went home. I had those digestive cookies I ate, and I think I ate like 20 of them. And then I crashed. But earlier in the day, I had a cafe latte. I ended up going to it was like this Chinese Filipino fusion spot. And I had more rice there. I had pancit, which are a noodle dish. I had salt and pepper squid. I had garlic chicken, just like this breaded chicken that I ate. I had fried plantains. Later, I went to a bakery and I had egg pie, which is, think of leche flan, but like a lighter version of that. I had hopia, which is a baked good. Anyway, I ate a lot that day. And I pushed up 8.2 pounds. As I go back into this screen here, not that screen, but this screen, where I ended up pushing my weight back up to 152.8. And you'll see on my last refeed, I pushed up to 149.6. So again, this is what happens when I have a 20% day and I eat more than I typically should. Do I feel guilty about it? No, I don't. But did I overdo it? In a lot of ways, yeah. I eat way more than I really should. Now, this morning when I weighed in on the scale, I weighed in at 148.2. I'm currently 33 plus hours fasted, but at 148.2, that's higher than I would like to be, especially if I'm doing OMAD, or not doing OMAD, doing ADF. If I was doing OMAD, that's way more than I need to be. And kind of like what Kevin said earlier. Kevin said, I can't eat this way if I eat this often. I have to learn how to control my calories, and that's exactly what I have to do. Just to give you an update, I'm currently at 34 hours fasted. So when I talk about redefining weight goals, it's not just the weight, right? I know that I have been hovering in the mid 140s, the low 150s, and I know numbers on a scale, they're not everything, but I also know that for me to be 5'3", to be short and weigh 150, even if I was pure muscle, I don't think I would be weighing at 150. If I was 10% body fat, I don't think 150 is achievable, right? I've come to that reality. I know that at the low height I am, at how short I am, I know 150s is not the number I need to be. I know I can be lower than that. I know being in the 140s probably makes more sense, but honestly, for me to be, because currently at my last DEXA scan, they had me at 17.5% body fat, which is, it's optimal. It's where I need to be body fat percentage wise, but I think I can afford to be lower than that. I think I can get myself down to 15% body fat, maybe less than that. But I'm not trying to push it that way. I just want to look lean. I want to feel good. I want to make sure my blood work is good. And sometimes the pushback from that is like, well, Jerome, if you're already feeling good and your body fat percentage is where it needs to be, why are you trying to get lower? For me, it's partly aesthetic. It's partly I just want to see. Another part of it is just the challenge of getting there. Is if it will prove to me that I can be healthier, if it will help my blood work numbers, why not? That's kind of how I see it. And if it's too hard to get to that point, then I don't need to be there. But right now, I know that my eating still isn't the best. I know it's something I need to get better at. And I know that if I can do that, it can help on the scale as well. So when I talk about redefining weight goals, I think one of the big things that I would like out of this is I would like to stop seeing me push into the 150s, regardless of vacation or not. I would like to be able to stay in the 140s probably when I go on vacation and really not see that number push up where, where it shouldn't. I would eventually like to see myself in the 130s. I think when I was 135 before I left for Manila, I was at a really good place health-wise. Eating every other day, fasting every other day felt good for me. I was in more control of the way I ate, and there weren't as many big swings. I felt a lot more in control. And that is something that I would like to find myself in today. But it's hard because of life. This is the hard part. Me moving, me being as busy as I have been, me going through the stresses of when my uncle had his stroke and he wasn't able to come out here, and my mom, my aunt, and my uncle had to cancel their plans to come out here to the Philippines, me going on vacation by myself, meeting people I don't even know ever, but the ticket was already bought, and it was my aunt's side of the family who I've never met. Anyway, it's life happening, and it's me trying to deal with life and how to figure out what the next steps are. And sometimes I'm not going to be on my routine. So I get it. I know that the weight's going to push itself up every now and then, but I also know that I can continue working on what I'm doing. I can continue being better on vacation. I can continue being better on my refeed. So I wasn't planning on doing another 65-hour fast, but here we are right now. I weighed in this morning at 148.2, and I'm like, this is still a lot higher than I want it to be. So I will push another day to fast, and I will do another 65-hour fast, and I will break tomorrow. Tomorrow's another busy day for me, and I forgot to mention this as well. I'm expecting a delivery today. So my other phone, my Philippine phone here might go off, and if it does go off, well, I'll figure it out. Maybe they'll be bringing stuff in and I'll still be live streaming. I don't think that's going to be the case, but we'll see. So if this goes off unexpectedly, I apologize. But we'll figure it out. Tomorrow, I still have to go back to the other place I lived at because I have to finish cleaning it out. I actually have cleaners coming to kind of just clean the place up so that before I turn the keys over, it's in the best condition that I can leave it before I go. So tomorrow I have to wake up super early. I have to travel out there and then travel back here. And so I'm still in a kind of chaotic mode. I'm still trying to figure my demonetization thing out. I guess just for that being said, just to kind of put a little comment on that, being demonetized on YouTube, sure, maybe in 3 months I'll try to remonetize. If that means I have to change the titles of my stuff and never talk about fasting again, that's not going to happen. I've already come to the conclusion that I will probably never be remonetized again. And because of that, I will evolve Patreon. Actually, what I'm trying to do right now is I will try to evolve finallyfasting.com so that in the future, in the near future, Patreon probably might not even be a thing. Everything might just go, hey, if you need anything, finallyfasting.com, 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 because then I control all of it, right? I'm in control of all of that. And then there won't be any issues of, oh God, I don't know if I'm gonna be, no. Finallyfasting.com for all of your fasting needs, all of your accountability needs. That's my hope. That's something I'm currently working on. My plan moving forward, redefining my weight goals, redefining my goals in general is that I still want to do what I need to do. I will push long fasts to help offset, but I also know I need to get back to working on my diet. I need to get back to working on eating cleaner. I need to get back on fasting less and eating more. It doesn't mean that there is no benefit in prolonged fasts, because there absolutely is, and there always will be, and there always has been. But a very important part for me as well is retaining muscle, gaining muscle, and leaning out. However, I figure that out. I know I have to work on my issues with food. And maybe just to see a couple questions here. Not questions, but just what people are saying. And I will go through chat. I will scroll up earlier as well. Stephanie says, chicken oil sounds yummy. It's delicious. It's delicious. When you mix it with like the soy sauce and like the citrus juice and the chili pepper, it's so good. It's so good. At Mang Inasal, at one point I was just eating with my hands, because that's the way you do it anyway in the Philippines. You eat with your hands. And it's just interesting because at Mang Inasal, they have there's just a section there where you just wash your hands. It's literally like a big sink basin, and multiple people can go there, wash their hands, soap up, whatever, right? Because your hands are going to get messy. I wish that, and it's not, you don't have to walk into a bathroom. It's literally right there. You just stand there, wash your hands, go back to your table, eat or clean up or do whatever you have to do. Kevin says, when the food in the Philippines feels normal to you, it will be easier. That's very true. Did you say your place doesn't have a stove or an oven? It doesn't. You're in a tough spot with that too. Food prep is important. And you're right, Kevin. I mean, that's the thing. That's one of the things that I've had to learn over time. So you can't see it here right now, but behind all this stuff here is an induction cooker. And on top of that induction cooker is a hot pot. And that's basically what I've been doing lately. So I miss my roasted vegetables. I absolutely miss that. And people have recommended, why not get an air fryer? Why not get like a small, but the problem is I eat a pound or 2 pounds of vegetables, and it's just not enough. And so what I've been doing lately, what's been helpful for me with the induction cooker is I will use the induction cooker. I will use a hot pot. That's just the free one they gave me. I need to buy a bigger one. But this Tuesday, tomorrow, when I break my fast, I'm not going out to eat. Tomorrow, I will be using the induction cooker to make a hot pot meal. It will be chicken breast. It will be broccoli. It will be mushrooms, like what I did before. And I will be eating vegetables. I will be eating chicken breast. I will be eating rice. I will be eating fruits. And I will probably be eating some processed foods after that. But that is a lot cleaner than what I did on Saturday. So just to go back, on Saturday, I ate all of that food. It wasn't the cleanest. I had some protein bars too, now that I'm thinking about it. But there was a lot of processed foods in between. I ate a lot of just junk in between. Actually, I think I had 2 cafe lattes that day. So I know that I can clean up the diet. And that's kind of what I plan on doing moving forward. I want to have, when I talk about eating chicken breast, broccoli, rice, mushrooms, I think that's probably what I'm going to be doing 80% of the time, like I've done before. And if it's not chicken breast and broccoli, it's shrimp, it's fish, it's carrots, it's cauliflower, it's whatever other vegetables are here that I have not yet experienced, right? Brussels sprouts are hard to come by here. It's not something I can find here. I enjoy eating it. I know they have spinach here, so I'll probably do something like that, right? But you're right, food prep is important. And what I'm starting to realize is the days I do eat, they will most likely be very similar. They will be lean meat, veggies, rice, fruits, and a snack in between. Why limit it to just that? Because I know that once a week or so, I would say once a week, and maybe out of the month, maybe twice a week, I'll be going out to eat. I will have chicken or mang inasal. And you know, the one thing I didn't mention as well is when you saw that video of mang inasal, that was chicken breast. I could have got pa'a, which is, pa'a means feet in Tagalog, but by pa'a, they mean the chicken thigh. Like the whole chicken, like the whole quarter, right? Like where the whole leg. And so I could have gotten that. And I purposely got the chicken breast instead because I knew it was the healthier option. So again, this is still me trying to put some control where I can put control. Um, and so that's the plan, is to just do that and get myself out of the 150s for good. I really don't want to see myself pushing that high in weight. Honestly, I would love to see myself back in the 135s. I would love to see myself there and then kind of just learn how to control the way I eat, be better about vacation. I know it's not going to be perfect. I know I will eventually still push up every now and then, but I want that to be less and less. And it's really interesting because, I know they're here and I'm not trying to call people out, but like one of the things, I had a coaching session, and on that coaching session, they were like, when I had mentioned how much weight I had pushed up, I got back into the 150s. They were like, yeah, but remember how it used to be before? 150s are like nothing versus how they used to be in the past. And they're absolutely right. Think about how my past used to be when I would push up into the 160s, into the 170s. Let's not forget, I used to weigh as heavy as 235. So for me to say 150s is unacceptable, that is a big move forward from what it used to be in the past. So it's just, again, that's also because my standards have changed now. My habits have changed. I'm continuing to get better at what I do. I'm continuing to progress in what I'm doing. And this is the importance of not turning your back away from your plan. This is the importance of finding progress every single day on your journey. That is the important part there. So again, just putting that out there for all of you. I'm going to get back into chat here because what I'm planning on doing then is, after I finish tomorrow's 65-hour fast, is to really keep the calories low and then get back into ADF again. And then figure out if I can keep the ADF good, keep my calories intact, and have fewer 20% days. If I'm gonna have a 20% day, I wanna actually have them 20% of the time. If we're talking about 30 days out of the month, that means I have 6 20% days. That means 6 days out of the month, I get to eat more than 5,000 calories and still try to find some control there. But the other 24 days, I keep myself in check. I keep doing what I need to do. We'll figure that out as time goes on. All I know is I've done this before I left for Manila. I was in a really good place. I want to find myself back there again. And even like Kevin says, as I've been trying to find normalcy, as I get used to everything, and now that I'm in a place for good, this is the place I'm going to be indefinitely, I think things will be a lot more back to routine, back to normal in that way. I'm just going to scroll up here because I know I might have missed a couple things. There was one from Sleck that I wanted to talk about here. Sleck says, I had a crash out refeed last night. Next time I need to be more prepared so I have something clean and ready. And it's a really good call out, Sleck. Again, I'm proud of you for continuing to show up. I'm proud of you for you to continue to share your ups and downs. I think this is a really good example of not just for you, but for other people who are here, is that many of us still struggle. Many of us have these crash outs, especially for people like you and me who have trouble with control, is that these moments happen, but you are being aware of it. You are being honest about it, and you're putting it out there. And like you said, you need to be more prepared. One of the things that I've been telling myself is I need to be more prepared. I literally have nothing in my fridge or my freezer right now, and it is something that I need. I should have chicken breast in there. I should have chicken breast in the freezer. I should have frozen vegetables in the freezer. I should have good food ready just in case I decide I don't want to do a fast right now. I want to eat everything on planet Earth. And I should at least have some preparation so that I can say, hey, you can have all this junk food if you want, but maybe, just maybe, you can put some practice into eating a little healthier before you decide to go all out on something else. So thank you for sharing with us, Slack. I know it's really important to be accountable that way, and I don't want to miss that. So I appreciate you being honest about what you're doing in that way. Stephanie also says here, now I'm beginning to second guess doing rolling 60s to lose 30 pounds. I need my muscles intact. No, so here's the thing though, Stephanie, is I think what's really important as you, and this isn't me trying to tell you you need to fast less and focus more on strength training. It is something you can do, but the more important part is if you don't do 60-hour fasts and you do something less, that just means that when you do eat, you have to have better control. You will be eating more frequently, but you will probably be eating more less on your refeeds. You will probably be even eating cleaner. And that is the balance there. I don't think inherently 60-hour fast, I don't think you're going to lose a ton of muscle. I honestly don't think so. I think what's more important is that your workouts should still be strong. They should still be heavy. You should still be putting that effort in. I think what matters though is when you do decide to refeed after your 60-hour fast, you're prioritizing your protein. You're getting that in. The way I look at it, and I don't know the science behind it, right? This is like me thinking and like trying to play things out, because what I've been realizing is now this is going to be my third 65-hour fast in a row. And here's the thing about my 65-hour fast. I haven't been lifting every other day now. I've only been lifting every 65 hours pretty much, right? So I'm lifting less because I'm not eating as often. But the other thing that I've been thinking about too is I'm going a lot of days without protein. And I'm not saying that I'm going to immediately lose a ton of muscle. I just know that because I'm not eating or not getting as much protein, I don't know how that's affecting me muscle sparing wise, muscle retaining wise. I have to do a little more research when it comes to that. But I think the big goal for you though, Stephanie, is yes, you need your muscles intact. Make sure you go to the gym, make sure you lift, make sure you prioritize protein. But I will also say for you, think about what your other goals are as well. Are your goals, are you overweight? Are you obese, right? Is the goal to get the weight on the scale down? If that is the goal, you have to think about what is going to be long-term and sustainable for you. If this is working right now and you're finding progress and your lifts are still good and you're feeling good, then keep doing what you're doing. But maybe that's the real question too. Are you going to the gym? Are you lifting weights? Are you going to the gym telling your body, hey, it's important you keep this muscle, so I am going to use it. I am going to put a strain on it, right? Those are important things as well. So kind of keep that in mind, but keep me posted on what that plan looks like for you moving forward. And I appreciate you saying that, Kevin. You won't lose muscle doing rolling 60s if you prioritize protein and do a few lifting days a week. You'll be golden. And that's kind of how I feel about it as well. So Kevin said exactly what I was saying as well. Takia says here, I've been eating Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Friday, I broke at 62 hours. Refeed was 10 hours. So very similar to me, a 10-hour refeed. Saturday, I broke at 16 hours. Refed was just 5 hours and 40 minutes, which is my shortest to date, pushing towards a 61-hour fast now. Thank you for sharing with us, Takia. Congrats to you at 62 hours. I like that you're doing something flexible here, eating a day after and then telling yourself, okay, you ate 2 days in a row now, I can push myself on a longer fast. I like that. That's a really good plan. Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Keep me posted on your plan. Let me know how that 61-hour fast goes. So with that being said, I want to take a moment here and do fit check for you all. I think you all know what fit check is. I don't think I'm going to go into my typical spiel of what I say. I think I will now save that when I do my public live streams. I think you all know where this goes. I have been overweight, obese for a while. I have lost this weight naturally at this point. I lost 80 pounds in less than 5 months doing this naturally. We'll see how fit check is, because I know I have this fridge here. It's good. So I'm just doing fit check for accountability. I'm currently, this morning I was 148.2. So I am up in weight, but it's not awful. I still feel good. My clothes still fit. This is an extra large boy shirt. These shorts are boys 12 to 14. So they're very small. Side shot here. Rear. Side. I feel good. I don't, like, when I look at myself, I don't feel like, oh my God, I'm, things are awful. I need to drop a ton of weight. I don't see any of that. I look at myself and I'm like, I look good. I feel fit. I feel strong. But I know I could afford to lose a little more. I know I could afford to lean out a little more, right? By not any extreme means at all. And this is me talking to you right now at 1:48 after eating a ton of food on Saturday. And yes, I do feel slightly bloated. I know 148 is not where I want to be, but I feel all right. I know that I will continue to push that weight down because I know that this Tuesday when I eat, I will not be going out to eat. I'm not going to be eating all the stuff I ate last time. I'm going to be eating things that I can control. Chicken breast, broccoli, mushrooms, corn, rice, bananas. Well, those are the 6 things I know I'm eating for sure. Protein bars, those are the 7 things I know I'm eating for sure. The other things that come after that will probably be some kind of processed food. It'll probably be those cookies I keep eating, something I need to be better about. But I know I won't be eating 20 like I did on Saturday. So that will probably help offset and get the weight to go down and get me back on ADF. And if I can just keep eating that way, eating around 4,000 calories, I would like to keep the calories under 4,500, I think is my goal. That's more than enough. I need to keep telling myself that, Jerome, that is more than enough calories. You do not need to eat 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. I was doing that before I left for Manila. My calories were really good. I was really in check then. So I need to figure it out. I need to get back on that. But now that I will be here for good, I mean, tomorrow I have to wake up super early. I got to take the train out to take care of my other place. But once that's done, then I'm here and I'm good and I'm set and things should be better by then. Anyway, that's pretty much it for what I have to share for today. I do want to take some time. If any of you have anything else you want to share, if there is anything else you want to talk about, please feel free to ask it now. If you haven't shared your accountability and you think that might be helpful for you, share that accountability. Put that out there for us. It might be helpful for you to just say what you need to say, share what you need to share, and then keep us posted in the future. Again, this is an accountability live stream. If any of you, though, are looking for additional help, you can go to finallyfasting.com. You can book a one-on-one session with me. We can go over a game plan and a strategy to help you be where you need to be. I have said this many times. What you and I are doing is not a secret. It isn't rocket science. You and I both know what we need to do to lose weight and keep it off. The hard part is the execution. The hard part is the accountability piece. If you are looking for accountability, you have it here. But if you're looking for additional accountability, you can work with me one-on-one. I can hold you accountable. We can go over a week by week thing or a multiple, once every other, twice a week is what I'm saying. Well, I have clients that I work with where I see them twice a week. Some I see 3 times a week. There are others where I used to see them more often than that. But again, whatever is helpful for you. If you're looking for accountability, if you think that is the missing piece, reach out to me. My goal is to help you be where you need to be. My goal is to help you understand you don't have to do it all or nothing. My goal is to help you realize that what matters is how your actions move forward after a bad day, is to not feel guilty about it, not feel shameful about it. If you're interested in that, finallyfasting.com for additional info. I think that's going to be it, though. I'm going to start wrapping things up here. I do need to reach out to this client who had just messaged me, but I want to give another very special thank you to Chacha for the $25 donation today. Thank you for that Cash App donation. I appreciate that so much. I totally forgot I even had Cash App, so thank you so much for that donation. With that being said, that's going to be it. I'm going to push forward with the 65-hour fast today. I will not be eating at all today. So if any of you are struggling, remember, I'm doing it with you. I will be fasting all day today. I know it's probably the evening for many of you out west, but just know that for the next 24 hours, I will still not be eating. So if you are trying to push through, know that we're doing it together. We will be live streaming again on Tuesday evening at 7:30 p.m. Central. Hopefully I will see you here. Make sure to be accountable, share your story with us. And I think that's all I got. Tomorrow, I'll be putting out another YouTube short just to let people know that I am finishing a 65-hour fast and giving you an update on my weight. So look out for that. But if there's anything you need from me, you know where to find me. I want to thank all of you for continuing to be a part of this community. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for the support. I know that it goes both ways. I know many of you find value in this, but just understand that I am very grateful for helping you, or for you helping to support what I do. Because after getting demonetized, it's such a huge hit income wise that, this is very helpful for me in this way. So thank you again. Okay. I'm always bad at the thank yous. I don't know. I feel like maybe I say thank you too much, but I do mean it. So with that being said, I'm going to do my obligatory wave goodbye. We will talk again on Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Central. I will post another YouTube short or something tomorrow, and I'll keep you updated on Patreon. I was going to say this. When I post those food videos, when I post random things, hopefully you guys enjoy that. I will probably start doing that more often so that you also know that, again, it's just me trying to give back to the community, sharing a little piece of my life here in Manila, just trying to share what I can. So whatever I can do, I'm figuring it out. So, all right, I'll do my wave again. Goodbye. We will talk soon. Remember, you're not alone on your journey. Reach out to me if you need anything. I'm here to help. Take care, everyone. See you soon.